said, tell me what's really going on. Drizzy back up in this thing, I'm ready. What's happening?
What up, YouTube? This is Eduardo from Team Barbecue doing a deck profile. This is the deck that I'm taking to Tampa Regionals. The deck that I'm running is Machina Salvo. I think it's a very sturdy build, and I don't think many people will be expecting it. It's won me a lot of games, and I'm pretty confident. So let's take a look at the decks. Here's the deck. We got 3 Machina Fortress. Best card in the deck by far. People hate this card. When he's destroyed by battle, he destroys a card on the field. He's really easy to get out in this deck, and people commit a lot of cards just to getting him off the field. And when they realize he's not my main strategy in the deck, and they've already committed half the cards just to get rid of him, it's pretty easy to win. Three Machina gear frames. Stratos of the deck. It can also equip. It's a union. It's pretty awesome. Gear frame stretches out for these two. Machina Force. I run 2. Most people only run 1, if that. I run 2 because I'm filling up my graveyard constantly, and it makes for a quick OTK. I run 1, 2, 3 Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragon just got unlimited, and I'm loving it. I use Cyber Dragon every duel. He is what makes the deck flow, and he's one of my favorite cards in the deck. Three Dekoichis, instant +1. 3 Black Salvos. Salvo, get the Dekoichi, synchro for 7. Scrap Archfiend or Black Rose. Most of the time, Black Rose, blow up the field. My tech, 2 Blastsphere. Blastsphere is an amazing card. Don't understand why most people don't run it. Most people don't see it coming. It gets over those pesky Shura Bora effects. It gets over a lot of different cards, especially if they're counting on that attack to go through. It's really good in the Blackwing matchup, and I don't understand why people don't run it. It's an amazing card. And last monster, Dark Armed Dragon. He's dark armed. Half the monsters in this deck are dark. I can usually drop him pretty quick. Traps, 2 Deep Prison, 2 Bottomless, 2 Malevolent Catastrophes. They attack. You destroy all spawn trap cards on the field. No Heavy Storm, so this card pretty much destroys, puts your opponent at least a -2 or more. They could have put a 5-card back row, you know, Malevolent Catastrophe. It's pretty much game. One Solemn Warning. Mirror Force, Solemn, Parental, Staples. One of the traps, or magic cards. 2 MSTs. 1 True Nade. We're gonna go with Monster Born and Dark Hole. They're back. Get used to it. We're going into my 3 favorite cards in the deck. Feature Fusion. Send cards from your deck to the graveyard, obviously. Many cards in this deck flow well with this card, especially Overload Fusion. Going for that quick OTK with Black Salvo. Summon Black Salvo, target Dekoichi, synchro for 7, Black Rose, Overload Fusion, game. Also, Feature Fusion, sending 3 darks to the graveyard, drop Dark Armed, blow up a bunch of cards, and at that point, you've basically, Feature Fusioned perfectly. To get these cards, I run 2 Gold Sarks and 1 Limit Removal. I used to not run this card, but for the quick OTK and for the fact that it's quick play, gets over trap stun, things like that, I think it's going to work. It works well in the deck. Onto the extra deck, 2 Over Dragons, 2 2 Fortress Dragons, 1 Separate Twin, Stardust, Thought Ruler, Colossal, 2 Black Rose, 2 Scrap Archfiend, 1 Goyle, 1 Baraya, 1 Android. We're going to talk about the side deck. It's a pretty straightforward side deck. 2 Consecrateds, Dimension Fortress, My Body, and Crevice. Dimension Fortress for the Lightsworn matchup, My Body and Crevice for anything that blows up monster cards, usually Black Wings or Lightsworns. Chivalry, Glad matchup, maybe for the Blackwood matchup. Volcanic Queen and Divine Wrath. Herald seems to be giving my team a lot of problems. Volcanic Queen will probably turn into Lava Golem. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. Let me know what you think. Comment the video. 1 Royal Oppression. Pretty much the only decks I don't side this in against are Black Wings and Anti-Meta. Pretty much every other deck I end up setting in Royal Oppression. Those are the only 2 decks that I can see surviving me having Royal Oppression on the field. 2 Book of Moon for those decks that don't have a lot of traps. They get the Roll Decrees, a lot of trap stuns, Sabers especially. You know, those cold waves, get in that last quick Book of Moon, save for the duel. 2 Noblemen. I seem to have a problem with the quick draw matchup, so a quick Nobleman. I Nobleman Raikou the other day and removed all the Raikous, and it was pretty much game. Last card I want to talk about, 2 Zombie Worlds. People look at the side deck and they see this card and they don't understand what's going on. Basically, the card that I was talking about before, Chimera Tech, he pretty much comes out on the field and destroys any hopes of a machine deck winning, ever. You special summon Cyber Dragon, contact all the monsters on the field, and now you have probably a 3,000 to 4,000 beater who just basically Dark Hold, and you still have a monster left. Zombie World's on the field, turns all monsters into zombies, so Chimera Tech cannot be not be used because he needs machine type monsters on the field, and since the Zombie World's on the field, there'll be no machine type monsters. It also works with System Down. System Down targets the field and the graveyard. Zombie World also targets the field and the graveyard, so everything will be zombies, so you will not be able to remove anything. Usually when I side in Zombie World, I'll side out one of the Black Salvos because you'll not be able to use Black Salvo while Zombie World's on the field. But most of the time, the 2 don't really go together. I'll play Black Salvo before I have Zombie World on the field or vice versa. So, and that's pretty much the deck. I'm going to be going into Tampa. Wish me luck, and subscribe, rate, favorite, do what you're going to do. Appreciate it.